See if I have to turn this thing down. Grace and peace be unto you, from God Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. I gotta excuse my coffee cup. Coming out of the matrix. Hopefully you all can hear me. Let me see if I can do this other thing at the same time. I'm gonna give some folk a couple of minutes to jump on. Grace and peace. Just type something to let me know that y'all can hear me. I know I have to talk up a little bit, maybe because of this AC, and I'm definitely not going to turn that off. I want to talk about coming up out of the matrix. Coming up out of the matrix. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't care what anybody say. There is an awakening. I'm on another screen. I was having some technical difficulties like I'm always having, but Brother Faithful was supposed to be on tonight with me. Last night we were trying to get on, and we end up going on Facebook and discussing Israelites and how the camp specifically, that's something I'm trying to do in that apologetic community, how the camp specifically use scriptures. I've said time and time again, a lot of Christians, they often want to lump everybody together. And that's one thing I have always hated, that people just want to, I don't like stereotypes. I don't like when people begin to lump, they just want to lump folk together. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me see if I can get this thing. Let me see if I can get this thing together here, because this will help me out. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up those screens. I have some different slides. I said I was going to start with the slides on as often as I can. We're doing Sunday, and we got the Bible survey thing going on Sundays. We're doing that on Sundays, and that's always a good thing. Let me see if I can put this in here too. If y'all wanna donate to the cause, so you go put $1 in, $2. It's no big thing. We always appreciate the support. I'm gonna see if I'm trying to do a whole bunch of stuff at one time. I think this can work. And let me turn off this phone, because like I said, people see me live on Facebook, on YouTube, and they want to start texting me then. And we were talking about the Israelites and everything, and how the different camps use scriptures. So we're he can't come on right now, but we're gonna get into something. Oh yeah, the other preachers and stuff in town. Y'all see already. I had to clean myself up going around. The bishop and them coming today, all gonna sit down and talk and probably beat me in the head. So I got to go around them. But they already know. I've been getting some more pastors I haven't heard from in a while. Other pastors are hitting me. They already know I'm on something else. I'm on my brand new right now. And when I say I'm on my brand new, I tell them, well, what you do? What you going in there? I said, I don't know. I might just talk about coming about that matrix. And the bishop, he looked at the dude like, this fool, if he don't cut that nonsense out. I'm on my nonsense right now. I don't care what anybody say. I'm sorry, let me turn this down. That could be somebody from the team. The awakening, there's an awakening going on. Now, why the Christians don't like a lot of stuff that I'm saying? One, I'm saying God is moving, and God ain't just moving in Christianity. They don't like when I say stuff like that. God, and when God moves, God does not care about labels. We need to be more like God, not like the bishop, not like Kojic, not like the Southern Baptist Convention. We need to be more like God. God ain't worried about titles. Everybody got a title, and titles are a big thing in the hood. Name brands are a big thing in the hood. Even if you're poor, you got to have name brand this. You got to have a certain type of hair. You got to drive a certain type. You got to have them Jordans going back to school. It's rough for us. Even if you can't afford it, you got to have it, because we've been programmed in such a way. So coming up and waking up and coming up out of this programming, this is what I call the matrix. When you come up out of the matrix, you'll realize everything ain't what you thought it was. We've been living in the dream world. And I believe that the Most High is waking us up to things, and he's waking us up to multiple things. Grace and peace, Mike Shaw. One of the things that he's waking us up to is religion. Now people got to, you leave Christianity alone. No. Christianity got to get it too. Because like I said, I built my platform off of beefing with Ray Hagan and them and dropping videos all about them and the conscious community. That's how a lot of y'all know me from that. So now the problem comes in is because I'm turning my attention now to some other stuff. They say charity begins at home. Sometimes judgment begins in the house of God. I'm in the book now. Y'all like the book. Y'all like the book. We're going to talk about the book tonight. We're going to talk about the book tonight. So when God begins to expose something or reveal certain things, he's revealing it all across the board. He don't care about it. And knowledge is coming from everywhere. When God uses people, God will use a bishop, a preacher, but God will use a president, someone that's not saved, a Freemason. He'll use an occultist. He'll use the Illuminati. He'll use anybody to fulfill his purpose. That's one thing y'all got to understand about the Most High God. In the Bible, he will use the enemy. He will multiple times he used other nations to check his nation, to check Israel, because they was out of order and they were acting lawless. All of this is the book. Am I in the book? I want to know if I'm in the book. Because some people would think I'm crazy. So we can look at everything from vaccines. We can look at medicines, corporate. I can't even say corporate America. We're talking about corporations in general. I often tell people that time is the great revealer. Now, y'all boy Jay-Z, I see Hov. I see how he moving. Now he down for the blackness and he wearing the seventh flag like he God and all of that stuff. Back in the days, he was calling himself the God MC. And he was down with Kaepernick. It sounded like he was down with the cause, doing it for the culture. All right, we got J and B. We got millionaires doing it for the culture. White girl Kim Kardashian going trying to get folk up out the penitentiary. I know J and B going to do something. He turned around and looked like he rocking with the NFL. Where they doing that at? This is what I'm talking about when you're moving for the culture. When you're moving for the culture, and people can get upset with me if they want, but I don't care about nothing about them because I pattern a lot of what I do after the Bible or the people in the Bible. I'm watching how Israel was moving back in the days, and the Pharisees and the Sadducees. It didn't make a difference when it came against the Romans who were oppressing them. They were, we're going to fight to the death. That's what First and Second Maccabees and all of that stuff is about. We're going to fight to the death. They violating the temple. Even folk that ain't going to the temple that much, they can't violate. There's some things that we got to stick together for. There's some things we got to stick together for. And it's so funny that it seems like people involved in Christianity can be so trained that we're rocked to sleep. Now, religion can rock you to sleep. I'm here to tell y'all that right now. Religion can rock you to sleep. How can the religion rock you to sleep? And how I know the church is asleep is either one or two things when it comes down to church and church people. I'm in the season of banging on the church because we got to clean some stuff up. I'm in the season of that. And it's okay. It's okay to be in that season. I'm in the season of banging on the church right now. When it comes down to simple things, it amazes me of the amount of people. First of all, we're getting into holistic salvation. You know, salvation, may the God of peace sanctify you wholly, your body, soul, and your spirit. We're living in a day, a lot of pastors right now, there are more pastors and bishops that I know, people in the fivefold ministry. When we say the fivefold ministry, the apostle, prophet, all of that stuff, Ephesians 4:11. I know more people right now that are laying off of pork. They're worried about high cholesterol. I know more people in my whole life, born and raised in the church, in my whole life right now, there are more pastors that's going to the gym, walking, watching what they eat, listening to their doctor. Before them fat boys weren't listening to no doctors. The fatter you are, the better. And every Sunday you eating a gospel bird, eating rib, just doing what you just eating any and chitlins back in the days, everything. Pig feet, everything, preaching hard, hollering. I know at least 6 pastors that done died in the pulpit. So now all of a sudden, being that there's an awakening going on, people are watching what they eat. We're being careful because we know these pharmaceutical companies, they're in business to get money. We're looking at markups, people with diabetes and all different type of things that's bothering them. We hear that they're going to Mexico. They have to go across the border to buy metformin and different things. There's another book. What's the other book I mentioned to y'all the other day? Medical Apartheid. We know these people were playing games with syphilis, the Tuskegee experiment. So we know these people, the government was playing with LSD. They were doing a whole bunch of this stuff, mind control. So we know in all actuality, when we start dealing with pharmaceutical companies, man, forget Fat Cat and them drug dealers, Nicky Barnes and them drug dealers. We got to look at Pfizer. We got to look at some of these pharmaceutical companies and how they was out here pushing Oxycontin. And now it's an epidemic among a certain group of people. Now we got to do something about this. We got to stop this thing. When the heroin was out on the street, I'm not going to do that because y'all say Marine's always getting in the color. And as a Christian, I should look at color and ethnicity and nations when the Bible speak on nations. I'm gonna tell y'all why the apologists sick of them other fools. What we calling the Israelites, we got names for them. I'm sorry, some of y'all might be in here, but we talk about y'all behind y'all back because y'all talk about nations, and we're worried nations bother us because we've been so programmed. We've been so programmed. It's just Christ and Him crucified. For there's no male, no female. Now that is Bible. No bond, no free. Oh, there's some scriptures that we love. Oh yeah, man, there's some scriptures that we gonna ride out on. But we can't run with that one scripture when there's 400 other verses over there that speaks about different nations, Egypt and Israel, and we got to look at the whole book. Christ said that He come in the volume of the book. So I think I'm rocking myself to sleep messing around with this religion because I've been fed a certain diet. If I've been on a certain diet, if I've been just getting ice cream, if I've been getting ice cream and I've been getting some potato chips and sometimes I get some fried chicken, you can't live 50 years off of that. You can't live 25 years off of fried chicken, ice cream, and popcorn. You can't do it. We got to have a balanced diet spiritually. But at the same time, people are understanding now we're the slowest people. That what scares me. The people in the church supposed to have the Ruach, the Spirit of God. And Christ said that He's going to come and He's going to leave. And when He go back to the Father, He's going to send the Spirit of truth. Truth is supposed to be what is coming out of us. Truth is supposed to be bringing understanding to everything the devil is doing. They're supposed to be exposing the works. That's what the Spirit of the Most High is supposed to do. Reveal to us the plans of these devils. Oh, some devils out here conspiring. Oh, but they don't like when you say that. Oh, it's no conspiracy. Just stick to the Bible. How can you say that when I am in the Bible? The Bible said that they have conspired against Christ and the Most High God. So now if they're conspiring and they're doing it through education and then we know that they're conspiring and they separated the human family, I got to see who's done this. Who's done this thing? I remember there's a parable in Matthew, and he said when the enemy came in the field and he sowed some tares, and he said an enemy has done this. The enemy is at work. The enemy is at work. The enemy is at work, and he been out here doing some stuff. So let's go back to the religion. They say they understand. It's not about color. It's not about anything. And I understand it's the devil. The devil, the devil. They know so much about the devil. Why is Christianity? Because they understand now that what you would eat can affect you spiritually or can affect your soul, your psyche, because we're made up of different portions. We have a spirit, a soul, and we're living inside. We have a physical body. It's this this is our shell. But people are involved in the occult. They're involved in different things. They're astral traveling, and they're dealing with psychic abilities. People in India, people in China, they've been dealing with yoga and everything. Yoga steep in the church. Yoga comes from the religion, and it has to deal with yoking and connecting and being one with the spirits in the universe. How yoga deep up in the church, and we got so much knowledge. We got the spirit of truth, and we're taking on another spiritual system. So either one, Christianity been picking up pagan practices from other places from the inception. I don't want to say that, but I already said it and we laugh. So I can't even take it back. Either it's that or these folk in this day with this brand new Christianity, quote unquote Christianity they got, have rocked them to sleep and they dumb, deaf, and blind. So they accepting anything from Aleister Crowley. They accepting anything from anybody in the cult. Because we all say it's good and we need to practice and we need to meditate. Now they're getting up on this where other people been teaching this. So we don't even know our own spiritual system and other things have been coming and infiltrating. This is what I'm talking about, getting infiltrated. We so busy banging on these Israelites, we don't know what done infiltrated us. And we're gonna sit there. I'm telling you, we're gonna blow out. We're gonna rock out messing around with that Christmas tree. We're gonna rock out for that. That ain't got nothing to do with my spirit. Now you talking about yoga. That ain't got nothing to do with my spirit. The white image of Jesus. That ain't got nothing. Shut up. Enough is enough. Where we going? Where we going? Grace and peace, Divine. Where we going with this? All I'm saying is we need a little bit of help when we're dealing with this here. Now, like I said, I'm doing apologetics when I'm banging on the conscious community, when I'm dropping videos, and my channel was basically built off of talking about them. But now that the tables are turned and everybody want to pull away Berea talking crazy, we got to have a talk with you. Let's sit down. What's the matter? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything okay. Everything okay. but they just don't like what's happening. And like I told you, what the religious people will do, forget that it's an awakening, forget that it's a movement. What the religious people will do, because they've been so trained for so long to just sing "Let My People Go." They good at that. Y'all got to remember, when we look at the Bible and we dealing with the Old Testament, a lot of these things are types and shadows. Israel coming out of Egypt, we look at that, we understand certain things to be types and shadows. And then when they came out, they were complaining they liked bondage because they had a bondage mentality. I'm here to tell y'all right now, a lot of Christians running around here with a bondage mentality. Yeah, tell them I said that. I got a lot to say now. Don't make a difference. Then they hit me later. Well, yo, brother, is everything okay? You know, do we need to pray? No, we don't need to pray. No, I know the Bible says pray without ceasing, but I'm tired of praying. We ain't been doing nothing but praying and dancing and clapping and jumping. Now it's time to get feet on the ground and do something. Now it's time to put in work. But the same people that's out here putting in work and others that are saying things, we've been banging against them. Elijah Muhammad said, do for self. What was wrong with that? Come on, Bishop, talk to me. Talk to me about Elijah Muhammad. He said, do for self. But y'all been telling me so long to say that he is the devil. Everything about him is the devil. Everything about him is wicked. How many Christian pastors been telling us do for self? We just so happy, Massa, we here and we could all pray together. And they ain't praying with us. They been had us in the balcony. One of y'all can say what y'all want. Them Freemasons like, listen, we coming up out of here. We gonna form our own joint. We're going to build our own joint. We got to get up because we see y'all are acting a certain way. Y'all treating us a certain way. Listen, folk ain't got to tell you too much about who they are once they show you who they are. And there's some folk out here that's showing us certain things. A brother, when I had Faithful to God on yesterday, I know I'm all over the place. I've always got some, I said I'm a rock with notes, but I still like freestyling. So Faithful to God was on yesterday, and some brothers were going in. I had some moderators, I had some cats, and there's some Israelites that I rock with. I don't care what they say. So folk that I'm rocking with. Y'all can't get me in the gang life. So they know Sister E, they know people's down with me on the team, and they know it's other Israelites that I'm rocking with. It ain't no problem. But a lot of folk don't like that. Marine, you gotta wake up, brother. You gotta, don't hinder you. What they said, what the other guy said. I know he made good in the heart. God bless him. He's such a dumb. You can be dumb, deaf, and blind to be a Christian. I gotta take that back. I'm sorry about that. Excuse me, because I know somebody gonna send it, because they come through and they're gonna go send it to the bishop and them. But you could be dumb, deaf, and blind and saved. And you can die and go to the sweet by and by. But the Bible don't talk too much about that sweet by and by. The Bible don't talk about a lot of that stuff. So what these people are doing, they're just kind of sleeping. They want to rock me to sleep. But the Most High God, like I said, he's waking up a people. They don't want to worry about the color of Christ. If it's no big thing, why did you change it? They're simple questions, but the people that ask the simple questions, you're the carnal-minded people. You don't have the mind of Christ. You got to take off the old man. They're telling me a whole bunch of stuff. I done heard all them scriptures. I done quote all them scriptures and all that dance and jump and get the organ. I can preach all that stuff, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing if you're not using it properly. Grace and peace is the point, and we appreciate you. Bondage, thank you. But how y'all got the freedom and y'all in bondage, and y'all claiming y'all got the freedom, that when other people recognize it and say, what is the church doing for me? What is that message? What are they even in there talking about? And we're like, oh, them young people, they disrespectful. If they had the spirit, they would know what we talk about. No, maybe y'all are so far gone in this quote unquote pseudo spirituality, because there is a pseudo spirituality out here. There's a pseudo spirituality out here, and that's a problem. That's a problem. So we see certain things. They got yoga in the church. They don't know where these spiritual systems are coming from, and they're blending them. We're living in a time, you can say what you want, not everybody, but we got a lot of silly pastors, but they're good. They can close out with that organ jumping. So you would think that they know something. They don't know everything. They don't understand certain things. So when the Most High is beginning to reveal some things and he'll pour it out, he don't care who he's pouring that truth out on. We ain't been thinking about medicine. Now we want to go to the gym. Now we want to look into medicine. We got to look to some people that been saying, listen, you can't trust the pharmaceutical companies. You can't trust these people. Now, who do we have to turn to if this is what's going on? Who do we have to turn to? I'm going to have to backtrack and lay into Dr. Sabi and them, Dr. Ben and them. You can say what you want. A lot of things the conscious community I admire. Now, what you mean? They were out there printing up their own books. They're like, listen, these devils lying, and they can print this truth up. We got to print some books up. All right, it might be some pseudo things in there. They might have messed up, here and there with certain things. But we have to understand, at least they had a zeal to do for self, a zeal to know that we can't deal with these people and these people publishing houses. We got to do something. Bless you, Sister E. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for the support. So what are we going to do with all of these things? Now, when you get Christians that are in the church that are speaking on these matters, those other people got a problem, and they're telling us to get our minds off of this stuff and focus on Christ. When we're dealing with nationalities in the Bible, when we're saying we can't call all those people devils over there, and once they see moves making that's outside of their religious or paradigm, what they understand, they start getting nervous. They start demonizing. And this is where the problems come in. We got a whole bunch of problems, and it's the Bible thumpers. People don't like that right there. It's the Bible thumpers that's causing us the main problems. Those are the ones that's causing us the main problems. So we got different things. We're dealing with food. We're dealing with health. We're dealing with spirituality. The religious deception is strong. We got to rework it. And it's nothing wrong with me being a Black Christian saying I'm reevaluating my beliefs. Sister Punter, I don't want to get nobody upset. I want to make sure that I want people to know I am reevaluating. I'm reevaluating. Appreciate you, George. God bless you, brother. I'm reevaluating everything in my spirituality. And it hurts. And it hurts to say this, but I have to reevaluate what I've been taught. Could these people have lied to me? I caught them in some lies. I don't want to say that because people will take that and run with it, but I caught them in some lies. We'll say, oh, well, we didn't know this back then. Could it be some more things that we didn't know that we got to go further in our praying and our spirituality and hear what the Most High is saying? Or we're going to be stuck in that slave mindset, up in that Egypt mindset when the Most High was trying to pull them out and Moses came down and Moses wanted to give them the new commandments. This is what the Lord your God, this is the covenant right here. This is the contract right here. This is what the Most High God want to do with y'all, right? They murmuring, talking about the food back in bondage. Harriet Tubman, we all know the comment coming from her. She said, listen, I could have freed plenty more. I could have freed plenty more of them. So them folk ain't wanted, they ain't know what was out there. And a lot of people don't want to take a chance and get out there and get them moving and making things happening. We've been Baptist all these years, and my grandmother been Baptist, and we up underneath the good white folk. Oh, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. They don't like when I say it. They told me not to say that. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you. They told me not to say that because I don't want to make it a race thing, but these people have already made it a race thing. And being that they've already made it a race thing, we have to examine some things. And everything that I look at that I can't speak on being involved in apologetics. Thank you, Thomas. We appreciate you so much, sister. I can't do it in apologetics. Certain things we have to speak on. One brother said he was back and forth. My brother Byron, he was back and forth with Faithful to God, and I'm glad that people were saying things, no matter these were moderates. Sometimes we can't help ourselves. So Faithful, he'll sometimes go in and he's rolling, so he's just dropping it, these Hebrews, and we got Hebrews in there, and they're offended. And, they get a little offended, so they want to voice how they feel, and it's okay. I wanted to be an open folk because one thing I always want was dialogue. But he sent me something from, I don't know, it was Tex Mars or his brother. But those have been the only two. There haven't been, you got to know some things. How can Tex Mars and his brother and only a few people could sit back and bang on Israel? How it's only a few in all of Christendom and all of the church, all these preachers in America? All these ordained ministers, and we got people like John Hagee lifting up Israel, supporting Israel. We got black churches tithing to Israel, and nobody's questioning them folk. Nobody's questioning Kabbalah and the magic and where this stuff come from and how these black churches talk about Shekinah and all of this stuff. Could it be Kabbalah crept up in the back door? Could it be they controlling seminary in the minds of the preachers? Oh, that's all. Oh man, I stay saying I gotta write this stuff down and try to follow. I gotta try to follow what I write down and not start this freestyling. Drink some of this coffee. I gotta start some of that because it could be a problem. Because a lot of times the place you're supposed to be looking, where could these problems have been coming from? Where could some of our problems coming from? Now, when certain things come out, people will yield a little bit of truth. Okay, I'm not saying everybody wasn't. I'm not saying there couldn't be some dark-skinned people that were, I'm not saying this. Okay, we're not saying that Christ's image couldn't be. No. Y'all been saying a lot. We've been riding for 400 years with this image now. Let's do something about it. So now the fair thing to say is, oh, the color doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference what color he was. Everything is going to be okay. No, there's an exposing, and it's exposing coming out. People questioning everything now. Did we go to the moon, or was it propaganda because we was in the Cold War? So we had to act like we got there first. Now people are reading. If they had beef about the Cold War, If the CIA was dealing with mind control, LSD, if we understand a syphilis thing, could it be an awakening? Could it be a bunch of things going on from different places and truth is being poured out in different areas? All truth ain't in the church. I got to shut it down right now. The bishop and them in town, I got to shut it down right now. Beach Brothers, appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. All truth ain't in the church. I like what the other pastors, and I'm talking to my man, he ain't no dummy. He up in the, he in the courtroom with them making moves. He done been college and all that. He got his paperwork right. And he said, man, listen, he said, ain't none of us got all the truth, but we can't say that in the church. We got to say we got all the truth. We know all the answers. And then when people hem us up about a few texts in the Bible, we got a problem with a couple of texts in the Bible. We're used to talking like we know everything, instead of sitting down and being humble one to another. Listen, we can look into this thing together. We can examine this thing together and moving in the spirit of humility and love. I'm going to tell y'all, humility and love supersede a degree. I'm talking crazy right now because we know degree is everything. That paperwork from them people, that's everything because they say we smart now. We came from them. Everything they say is right. I like another thing. Somebody else hit me. Was that from Brown? Now Brown and that's the white. Now when the white Jews start saying some stuff. So it's some brothers that turned around and started flipping it. And I wake up this morning, they hit me with stuff. I'm like, oh, I got to hit faithful with this. I got to be fair. We got to be fair. He ain't gonna come on tonight. He gonna come on tomorrow. But we gonna go in. We're gonna go in. We're gonna talk about this because I'm gonna tell y'all right now. We ready to chop what Ron Dalton and them head off. We want their heads. What's my man named down there in Tennessee with them hammers hanging all around and Pastor Dow? We want their heads. But no, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Like I said, I've been in New York and there's been some Orthodox Jews and they said, no, this has nothing to do with color. So I knew that back in the days, but I grew up, in Bed-Stuy close to Crown Heights or whatever. That's different. But a lot of people don't know that. Now you got those people saying it. Is the church going to change their tune? Is the apologetic community going to change their tune? Remember, the church is slow in everything that we do. The church is very slow with the AIDS crisis, homosexuality in the church. We done brought a whole different spirit in the church. We done brought a whole different energy in the church. Thank you, those daughters of Zion. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much. So being that we brought a different energy in the church, we don't want to discuss our stuff. We like to throw our dirt under the rug. I'm thinking in the church. I don't want to use the word. And I'm not saying everybody, but they just don't like when we do it. I'm thinking that we doing a lot of stuff. I'm thinking we playing ourselves, that we so busy focusing on other people and making other people the enemy to keep our numbers up because we don't want our numbers to go down. And I'm not going to lie, messing around with these Israelites, our numbers is going down. And this is beef. This is war. It ain't war with me because these are God's people. I don't care. But other people feel this is war. Somebody got to shut these devils down. These is devils. So I'm thinking, what are all these old devils? The devil. I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to be on it. I've been on a year going through these cats' pages. I'm looking. I'm not going to lie. Some of y'all in here right now, I've been looking at y'all stuff. Anybody want to be? I'm going all through this stuff with these devils talking about. And they got me. They amping me. Oh, God, help me. They amping me, and I'm looking. I'm all through my phone looking for these devils, what these devils talking about. And you keep looking, it ain't really the devil. I think sometimes we fight and we mess around and we fighting for tradition. We fighting for tradition. And now pharmaceutical companies doing what they want to do. So now we got brothers on other sides. They're bringing things out. Brothers searching out history. They're bringing things out. We already know these folk done been lying. So if you got a history of lying, that's what the bad people, 112 pulled me over. They cool and everything till they get to running some names. If you got a history of lying, we gotta, what the other officer said, well, we gotta run your name at NCIC. That's a national computer. They want to make sure you ain't got no felonies and all that. They run your name, you go to the gun store and all of that. So they want to run your name at NCIC. They want to run your name because they believe that a person's past is the best predictor of their future and how they're gonna behave. Now, if I took what they told me and I put it on them, oh, that's not right. Would God do that? What would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't want me to be stupid. Jesus wouldn't want me to be crazy. I know that for sure. Jesus wouldn't want me to be crazy. So we got problems here. Hold on. Let me. So some people. I don't know why I do what I do. Sometimes some people I just want to get up out of here. They just want to go and they want to delete some message. They just want to go reporting stuff. I can't even look because I should have my homegirl on here with me or my man Harris on here with me to try to get some goes to certain people out there like make comments, they like doing something like running around, take a dog, take a bone, bring a bone. You know, they're doing a lot of stuff, but I don't care what's going out on here. This Berean position. I don't got to rock with no apologetic movement. I ain't got to rock with nobody in the pulpit. I ain't got to rock with no conferences. I ain't got to rock with nothing. I'm rocking with Christ in the truth. I'm rocking with the Most High in the truth, and that's it. Let God be true. Let every devil, let every bishop. Oh, that's what they don't like. Well, the bishops aren't the devils. The devils are the ones out there trying to no. We got some bishops and some devils too. The news is out there. We already done heard about them. Y'all don't want to talk about them, but people are talking. People are talking, and I want to talk with the people. We could try to, well, if we don't, we got to all honor. Y'all remember, like I said, when that whole thing jumped off with Eddie Long, we don't, we got to honor, because of the work that he's put in. And I understand that. I don't have no problem with that. And to be honest, everybody, if God exposed all of my stuff, we all got skeletons. We're all not perfect and stuff like this. But we got to stop playing like the people are retarded. In the pulpit, in the fivefold ministry, we've been teaching you regular people like y'all retarded. Yeah, once we got past family, this bishops, and we locked in with the ministry, and we up there in the pastor office, the rest of y'all are, we treat the rest of y'all out there like crazy people. And the truth of the matter is, y'all are gifted. There's people that's out here thinking. They're out here thinking like, what's going on here? So my thing is now, if we done found out the pharmaceutical companies done been lying, these corporations done been lying, we found out the music industry is shaky and this and that. We found out people that came out the Illuminati and came out organizations that exposed certain things in different secret organizations and how they're working right behind the scene with government officials. We find all these things out, and we're going to still sit back talking about Jesus. And when we get to heaven and God is good, yeah, God is good, but there's some devils at work. And Rick tells us to expose the evil deeds of darkness. We got to get exposing this stuff. But instead of exposing works, we want to expose people that message is against our message. And because your message is not the same as my message, I want to make sure that your message is not against the message of Christ. Because if they're preaching the message of Christ, this is where the problem is. You got to watch. You got to watch these folk real close. Because if you're preaching the message of Christ, but it's against my tradition and how I grew up with my grandmother and what we doing in our setting, calling ourselves worship, and you do it a little differently, are you against God? Or you're just against the way I do it? So now you're going to be my enemy. We got to be careful. A lot of times there's a lot of us as followers. There's a lot of followers out here. There's a lot of followers out here. We got to be real careful. There's a lot of followers, and if I don't leave y'all with anything, I want to leave y'all with that. There's a lot going on in so many different areas. Like I said, when we start dealing with medicine, we start dealing with health, people are searching out history. You can say what you want. People have lied about history, and people have twisted history up. And because they lied and they twisted history up, people just can't tell us, listen, just focus on Jesus and don't worry about that. No, the devil is a liar. The devil, does that even make sense to you? That sounds good when the organ is playing and everybody waving their hands and kumbaya. But when I get back in that car, my brain is fighting against my mind. That ain't making no sense. That's retardation. What I just heard up in that church right there. They're talking crazy. They're trying to act like everything is good when everything ain't good. And I see these people out here still making moves. If Messiah told me to watch and pray, to be vigilant, to look at certain things, to understand signs of the times, I have to do that. And I just can't move with a certain order and a certain type of people. We got to come out of the matrix. We got to come up out of it. When you first come out of the matrix, I'm going to give y'all some signs. You're going to think you crazy. Because the matrix goes against everything you've been used to. Remember Neo in the matrix, his whole life, he was used to all of this stuff. There's a lot of things that I'm talking to y'all about. I'm just coming out of the matrix right now. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you. I'm just coming out of the matrix now. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked at some of the stuff. You could think you're going crazy when you're coming out the matrix. You've seen the movie. You could think you crazy when you're coming out of the matrix, or you're coming into reality. And a lot of times, one of the problems is people talk about cognitive dissonance. One of the problems is when you're coming out of the matrix, you don't want to believe that people are so wicked. I hate that a lot of my Christian brothers and sisters are so gullible. So when they hear about people plotting, people using vaccines, people acting like they're going to another continent to help the people out, but they really have a secret agenda to take the land, to take the resources. This has been going on. Oh, but the beautiful missionaries, thank God they went over there and they spend their lives over there feeding the children. And listen, yeah, that sounds good. And some of them did, but at the same time, other people went in there. Other people went in there and made moves at the same time. So I think a lot of times when you're first coming out of the matrix, you're in denial. And one of the reasons that you're in denial because you don't want to think that people are so wicked. You don't want to think the government is so wicked. When they said Israel was a lot of things were going on in the first century with Messiah, Rome was on the scene. I want to ask you people in here to help me out. Where you think Rome is at right now? That's a good question, Sister Punter. Where you think the descendants of the Romans are right now? Them same folk that was at war, them same folk that destroyed the temple, them same folk, even we go back before Christ, that brought the swine into the temple, that were oppressing the people of the Most High Yah. Where you think them folk at? Do you think them folk in the Vatican, them folk in Britain, them folk running around right here, them folk in the White House? They just don't people just don't disappear. And this is the impression that they want to give us in the Bible. Oh, they don't even use those names anymore. We'll never know. No, we got to look at actions. That's what the cops told me. They're like, no, we got to look at your behavior. That's what they like to say. So we got to run around here and get to looking at somebody's behavior and trying to figure out who these people are. Because maybe it's the same people. Maybe there is a bloodline. Maybe there's the same people that's at work and they're using the same trickery. Forgive me, Lord. I shouldn't have. You know, and that's part of coming out because you're hurt when you say truth. Because we're used to entertainment. We ain't used to spitting truth. We're used to entertainment. All of these things are problems. All of these are serious problems. These are serious problems. So now, if them people were at work back then, because remember, it wasn't God's people. Rome wasn't God's people. The people that were ruling wasn't God's people. Now, God used Alexander the Great. Then later on, Cleopatra, Mark Antony, and then the Romans and all them and all the emperors and all of that stuff that were on the throne. And then later on, they just switched the thing up. Then they took over Christianity and they flipped that thing around. That's why it's all the confusion with Nicaea. They flipped it around and gave y'all the Vatican and telling y'all it's Christianity. Now we got the College of Bishops dressing like them and telling them this is the thing. No, they done poked the finesse. And they done brought up all you black folk in it and got all you black folk running around here following this thing, dressing like the Pope and want me to bow and kissing rings and acting crazy stuff. I can't accept it. I can't return the sender. We got to send some of these emails back. They done shot us. They done hit us with some emails. We got to send some of this stuff back. We got to tell them we don't want none of this stuff y'all giving us. They're giving us some stuff that we don't want. We gotta reject it. Too long we've been sitting there. We just been accepting. We just eating anything they put on the table. No, my diet has changed. And now we want to touch your neighbor, tell your neighbor your diet has changed. My diet has changed. I'm not riding with y'all no more. I don't want that. I don't want that swine y'all giving me. They've been giving us mental side, spiritual swine. Y'all go tell a Marine said that I'm tired of the swine. I'm getting up off of this, and I don't want none of the king's meat. We got to get on that right now. There's a new spirit, and like I said, I believe y'all's moving in a different way. And he ain't flying no game. He ain't doing what them folk doing. And like I said, I'm not saying all church people. But religion can rock you to sleep. And because religion got them asleep, they don't know if they praying with the Pope, they riding out with the Pope, they riding out with yoga, they meditating, they taking up other practices. They're taking up other practices in the steep within the church. So how woke can you really be? How much of the spirit of Yah can you really have? The spirit of truth. That's what Rick said. Go to 1 John. Y'all like the book? Go to 1 John. Grace and peace, sweet lady. Go to 1 John. What are we going to do with that? If the spirit of truth is here, I can't be walking in all this error. I can't be running around here saying that image don't make no difference. Oh, well, I don't put up the image anyway. Don't make no difference. No, we got to correct that. Damnable behavior. Oh, that's what we're going to call it. Oh, look what Berea's damnable behavior. We got to correct it. We got to turn it around. One thing I like about Israel, when they came up out of that thing with Ezra and them, they was like, listen, we got to put these wives away. We got to change our behavior because they realized, listen, anybody that ain't riding with this, they wanted to get violent. They wanted to hurt their own people. We're going to follow y'all. We're going to follow him. And anybody that want to follow him, y'all going to get that business that y'all been looking for. We got to take on that attitude. We got to take that attitude on. We got to drive some of this stuff out. And to be honest, it's hard. It's impossible. I can't even say it's hard. It's impossible to drive the paganism out the church. I said it. They ain't gonna. Even everything that's not pagan practices. We're so tied in with this European culture and stuff inside many of our churches and this mindset. We've been colonized in our Christianity. We've been colonized in our minds. Our very minds have been colonized. But we've been the same way. We got a degree. We done read some stuff. We know a little bit of stuff. We got education. But so we keep talking and speaking for them. We don't even know that we're puppets on a string. We're puppets. We don't even know it because we think we're speaking for ourselves and we really speaking for them. Oh man, I'm digging like the other guy said. You just digging yourself in a deeper hole, and instead of stopping, like my man said, just fall back, just fall back. You know, maybe the bishop in them is right. Just fall back for right now, and just you got enough videos out there. Just stop it. Now I feel charged. I feel pressed. I feel the Most High is telling me to drop the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. But the truth can get you hurt around church people. The truth can get you hurt in government. Y'all see what happened. They don't know if Epstein, they don't know if he done killed it. He just tried to commit suicide. How y'all have been in the Fed pen right down here in Manhattan? How he end up dead 8 days later after he committed suicide, 11 days later? Oh, maybe somebody killed him because that sex ring causes a whole bunch of these occultists running around here and they vampires sucking energy and raping and doing this crazy stuff. And it was about to all go down. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Now, if that's what it is, we got a problem. We got a problem because for the most part, people want to just roll. People just want to roll. People don't want to. They don't want to fight the power. They don't want to go against. They don't want to go against what's been going on. Let's just leave it at that. It's a reason these people got 23andMe. Everybody's going into this DNA and they're looking into the stuff. And like I said, Texas Mars and them, that's interesting. My evil brother brought out that point. He said, how come nobody been banging on it? Texas Mars and his brother, them two, they've been banging on Israel for a minute and just asking questions. If these people are known open Kabbalists, if these people are known for false flag operations, or if these people are known to manipulate other countries to go to war and to be down with them and the United States is giving them, if these people are known sorcerers, let's call it for what it is. If they're known sorcerers, y'all got to understand when the Rick talk about Magi came to see Christ, and we start talking about that checkerboard floor and black magic and white magic. These folk, they're not just dealing with sleight of hand. They calling on spirits and they doing magic. These are Jedi mind tricks that's being played. It's psychological warfare. It's deeper than you think. That's what's going on out here. And they want to put the truth on the smash. And anybody that's speaking against that truth, they'll just give them a little bit of this. Give them some candy. Give them a little something to make them think they eating. You getting candy, that's not a full meal. You're not getting the whole truth. These folk ain't giving you the whole truth. These folk playing games with you. And y'all got to get to digging and finding out. Listen, I got to follow my spirit wherever this thing is leading me. And a lot of that leading is not going to be what you are getting Sunday morning. I'm not saying you can't pray, you can't call on the Most High God, you can't pray, you can't worship, lift your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord. That's book. That's book. I understand that. That's the book. I ain't got no problem with that. But a lot of times they're trying to act like they got all the answers. They don't got all the answers. The Most High God, he ain't caring about no walls of no church. He ain't caring about the walls of no. He moving all through the church, the mosque. He moving where he want to go. He going up in the bar in the strip spot. Oh no, you can't say that God is a holy God. Shut up. That's how you got to talk to them people. I'm on my shut up right now. I'm on my ignorant stuff right now. I'm going to get out of here because I know my phone ain't even ringing, but I know I'm going to get it. Oh, yeah, some emails coming in. And then when they say slick stuff like we know how to throw shade. Well, I'm going to pray for you because I don't know what your situation is right now, but whatever it is, God will bring you out. Other pastor said that. What do you mean God will bring me out? Because he's been seeing videos. He's been hearing, so God going to bring me out of the nonsense I'm talking about. God going to bring me up out of that. Come on, I'm good. I'm good. Keep it moving. Yeah, I'll come lay hands. No, that's when they want to get to manipulating you and touching you to mess with your mind. Them folk, they know some of this occult stuff too. I just want to transfer my spirit. I feel you need my spirit. You've been what spirit? I need the spirit of Yah. It's been too much manipulation for too long. Touch your neighbor. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna use some of that stuff. Touch your neighbor. Tell them my diet has changed. I'm good. My diet. I don't want that no more. Swine in my mind. I don't want that no more. I bind that spirit. They like doing that in the church. I bind that spirit. I'm not out of here. That little, this one's in the food. The kingdom of God is not meat nor drink. And then when you're talking on a certain level, people don't understand certain things too. When you're talking on a certain level, there's a lot that's going on, and people are going to fight against it. This last thing I'm saying before I get out of here. A lot of people, like I said, when I was on, I had so many people. They just loving Berean. They're loving Berean when I'm banging on the conscious community. But now that things change, things turn around. People are quick to flip on you. That's how you know it's the spirit of religion. That's how you know it's the spirit of religion. Because if people had the spirit of Christ and they really loved you, they'll be like, all right, I'm praying for you. What's up? Everything is good. I don't understand what's going on. But I know you've been walking in the truth long enough that you got to be knowing what's what. Keep your head up. I don't understand it, but I'm riding with you. Nobody's saying that. What they saying is, and especially like I said, the minorities. Oh, it's not about color. It's not about this. It's not about that. Them people been making it about that. White Christians they said, all right, black Christians, y'all are okay, but why couldn't we eat communion with them? Why we had to stay in the balcony? Why were we still segregated in this good Christian America with all these good Christians? All these good Christians in this country, like my man said, could have been smashed all this racism. All these good white evangelicals in this great America, they could have been smashed it. They didn't want to smash it. They didn't want to smash it. And I'm not saying that all white people are bad, but this is the elephant in the room, and people can't talk about race. So they've trained us not to talk about being molested. We done been molested up in this piece, and they don't want us to discuss it. They don't want us to bring certain things up, in the black church is so trained. We are so trained that we'll fight against the very thing that's been hurting us. We'll fight against it. People would fight for their molester. No, that's Uncle Ray Ray. He's been molesting you since you've been 8. And so you'll fight for that thing. And we're trained not to talk about it. Definitely don't fight against it, but not to talk about it. And we have a lot of people that'll jump on board because they just want to be accepted. So they'll say, oh, this is causing division. This is not right. Christ said, I come to bring a sword. What was he saying? Come on. He ain't coming that everybody's going to be together. People wanted to know, who is this guy? Who is this Christ? Families was divided. People were divided. Truth will divide. Truth will divide. I don't care if they like this or not. I'm saying, go run, tell them that right there. I got a platform, and this platform I'm going to use, if this is a platform the Most High y'all God has given, oh, they don't like it, that's another thing they don't like. It was like, listen, we know that, the ministry is turning a little bit. We know that ministry is turning a little bit because you're saying y'all and you're not saying Jesus. It's all the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. Let me see if I can get this dude out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Go down the channel somewhere. Let me remove some of your stuff and just get you out of here. Make sure I block you. I don't like a lot of y'all cats coming in here. Y'all can't say nothing to me. You Bible thumpers, you apologists. We can go live. You know what I'm saying? There's some cats that I'm co-working with. We'll get it on, but I'm not playing with you clowns. And y'all think I'm Kevin Wesley. Don't make me back that book down on y'all. Don't make me pull out some stuff and show y'all some stuff. Make you go study your own book. Don't bother me, Bible thumper. Don't bother me. Please don't do that. I'm not playing with y'all cats. Well, grace and peace, man. Grace and peace, bro. How you doing? Everything all right? You came in late. I was on the road right now. My coffee almost gone. I just wanted to drop that stuff, and I don't want people to feel that I'm upset with the church. And like I said, shout out to my European brothers and sisters. I know it's not about color, but people have been using color against us. People have been using color against the culture. And we got to look into that. Say what you want. God loved my skin color. He made me like this. Unless y'all gonna give me some other nonsense. Because they like giving you that Sunday school nonsense. And these other racists been teaching another doctrine. They gave us Darwin. They gave us a lot of stuff to tell us all this monkey business because they wanted to promote a doctrine. You people are lower than us people over here. I might get into Darwin and that whole island before he got on that boat. He was already reading books. He was already dealing with stuff because these people were attempting to build a doctrine. They were spreading things. They were using science. They used religion. They used science. And a lot of the religion that they used and the interpretations that they used, they got from European Jews. They're cursed. A curse took place on that ark with Noah. And where that curse come from? The Talmudic European Jew gave them where the curse came from. Did they have a hand in racism? Come on, y'all don't want to talk about it. Those are our brothers and sisters. It's impossible they could all be our brothers and sisters. It's impossible, devil. You Bible-thumping idiot. You're not going to give me that they all our brothers and sisters. By their fruits. Said, I'm expecting that book is heavy. Y'all want religion and y'all flying for that Christianity. Y'all flying for that nonsense. Y'all flying for that nonsense. Y'all can't, a lot of stuff that went down in the name of Christianity in America is not the Most High God. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all fighting for Christianity. Y'all ain't fighting for Jesus. Now go take that and get that to them. Like, oh, I'm going to link him live right now. Look what he on there saying. Go ahead, y'all. They ain't even dry snitching no more. I'm good. Shout out to the bishop and them. Shout out to everybody. My co-laborers, salute the apologists and everybody else. But man, listen, I'm flying a different flag. I'm flying a different flag. Like y'all know, we got the Red Cross. No matter where they fight that Red Cross, we going across lines. I'm going across lines. There's people over here. God got some people over there, and I'm building with them because I'm looking at fruit. I'm listening to the doctrine. I'm looking at fruit. I ain't looking at no sign, no gang signs. What y'all looking at? No, it's okay. It's okay if you love the Most High God and you following that. You don't want that name Christianity on you. It ain't nobody going to hell for that. Ain't nobody going to hell for the name Christianity. That flag I'm not flying. I refuse to fly that flag. I don't want that swine in my mind. Go tell him Berean said that. Telling Berean said, let me see. I want to see. She said, you better. See, that's the point. You amping me up. You amping me up. You're going to get me in trouble. Like them dudes, like, you go ahead and do that with them people. Them people ain't going to church. If you ask all of them people, because that's another thing, because if you don't go to church, you're going to hell. If you don't walk up in the church, you're going to hell. If you ain't got a covering, you're going to hell. If you ain't ordained on paper, you can't be out here preaching if God ain't ordained you. Now, that's the thing. God have to ordain me through you people, and I get the piece of paper through you people, and then I have to come and keep y'all keep licensing me and just keep making sure that I'm preaching the right doctrine before you revoke my license. Or is it the Most High God? Who ordained you? I wish what you call them could answer that. I wish Mike Shaw could answer that. Who ordained you? That's a fair question. But these are all the things that, come on the scene now. Now they can go back now. He's questioning ordination. That's how they do when they out here. They just running crazy. You can't control them. And they don't like the people they can't control. Maybe they should worry about, and the people that's leaving my church and all of this stuff and all of that. That ain't nothing but nonsense. That ain't nothing but nonsense. You can leave some of them folk and not be left from God. But they got the lie so intertwined together because they got you thinking if you leave them, you done left the Most High. No, where they doing that at? Where they doing that? What have I been involved in? What I've been involved in all these, I gotta check myself. And I'm telling y'all, I'm just coming out of this. I'm just coming up out the matrix. But I want some people to come with me. I'm gonna show y'all, but boy, listen, it's A, B, C, and D ain't right and exact. E, F, and G ain't bad, but that A, B, and y'all gotta keep an eye on that. And that's how Moses did. He was like, come on, let's get up out of here, y'all. We got to get up out of Dodge. That's all this is. People want to go back and argue this historically, and that we got to understand that this stuff is happening now. The bondage in Egypt is Egypt, and that bondage and Pharaoh in them that's trying to hold God's people. Moses saying, "Let my people go." That Egypt is religion. That ain't relationship with the Most High. That's religion, and the Most High God is calling His people up out of religion. He's calling His people up out of tradition, religion, and the nonsense. Plain and simple. Now, did Jesus go to the temple and that would be considered a religious thing to keep the feast? There's no beef for that. We ain't got no beef for that, but we got a whole bunch of stuff. We busy banging into y'all, and we got some stuff. At least some folk doing some stuff that's in the book. We running around here doing stuff that ain't even in the book. I shouldn't have said that. I'm getting off of this right now. I take that last statement back. I take that last statement back. What we doing is all from God. And, it's okay if we do tradition and there's no problem. And I love everybody in every race. I don't want people to think that, because people would always take what you say and flip it around. We got to make sure we all in the book, because I'm busy banging y'all over here, messing around, and I done slipped all out the book. I'm all out the book doing all type of other stuff, interpreting it the way I want to interpret it. And people, because so many people follow me, I'm just freestyling off the top of my head what I perceive, what I believe, and I ain't even in the book. And then other people that's in the book, I'm telling they ain't in the book, because I've been out the book so long, I can't recognize the behavior of the book when I see the book. I'm getting out of here. Let me end this thing right now. I'm playing myself. I can't do this. I'm gone.